Hi folks, this is Charlie Destries with another biotech and life moment. Hope you're doing well in your neck of the woods, wherever it is on the planet. And it's a beautiful, beautiful day here in the Buffalo, New York area. It's like a fall temperature. The leaves are beginning to turn. The seasons are coming around, and before you know it, the snowflakes will be falling. But for those of us living up here in the Niagara frontier, protecting America against those Canadians, it's just a great place to be and a great day to be in it. But listen, the message for today is pretty simple. It's pretty generic, too. It's talking about the stresses in your life. You know, if you're in business and focusing on our life sciences business, which has been our focus, you know, there are stresses, right? But depending on who you are and what you're involved with and you know, what kind of business it is, you may have a lot of stress. But I have to remind you that, you know, life is short. And when you have a stress that's in that pit of your stomach type stress where you wake up in the morning, the minute you think about your boss, or you think about the board meeting coming up, or you think about you know, the sales quote at the end of the third quarter coming up, and you're not close, and you're thinking about those sales that you lost, and you know, gee, are you going to get that promotion, blah blah blah, whatever it is, ask yourself this question: what's the worst that could happen? You could lose your job. You could go on probation. By the way, I've done both of those. Been fired, been on probation a few times. When you try hard enough, trust me, sometimes when you don't, you wind up there. But what's the worst that could happen? The worst that could happen is that you move on to the next phase of your life. When you're faced with a difficult thing, we all are, you know, different flavors, but we all are, you got to just figure out, okay, what's the worst that could happen? Now, I'll say this. I hope everyone that hears this message is healthy. We're trying to stay healthy anyway. That's really important, because I don't care how much money you have or how secure your job is. If you don't have health, people with money and security, trust me, will trade everything for it. So knock on wood. But that stress, let's come back to it. Worst that could happen is that you're going to lose your job, you're going to go on probation, your boss is going to be mad, you're going to, you know, blah, blah, blah. All these different things could happen, right? So what? It's the worst that could happen. As I mentioned, it's the next adventure. Oftentimes, when I've had the displeasure of putting someone on probation or firing somebody in my management career, which really blows, by the way, but it happens, right? It's a relief valve for that person. They're inwardly thankful that somebody made the decision for them. So if that's you, and you're sitting in a place where it's just not that comfortable, but, you know, you need a little push to get you to that next part of your life, that's what sales managers and marketing managers and bosses are for, to help you get there. If it's done in a good way, then it's a good thing. But listen, if you're not interested in that, and your numbers aren't right, you're stressed about your job, then be aggressive about it. Be proactive about it. Grab your boss on the phone or in a meeting and say, look, let's talk about this. Don't wait for them to come to you. If your sales are down, then be totally proactive and honest about it and ask for help. Don't close off, and protect. The only way that you're going to relieve the stress, and stress we all have, I have it, but I catch myself. If I get that feeling in the pit of my stomach, and when I was younger, my goodness, I had it a lot, because I didn't know how to handle stress. But when I get that feeling that I'm stressed out about something I feel like it's not going right, I can't control, and oftentimes it's financial in my case, as a self-employed consultant, trust me, it's up and down, but I love it. What do? Well, I basically take a deep breath. I realize it's stuff that I can't control totally, and I go out there and I work even harder and smarter. I try things that are different. I go out of my comfort zone. I may try a different ploy in whatever attack I'm involved with in the marketplace. You know, amuse yourself with the fact that life is so short that you might as well enjoy the ups and the downs. So listen, I truly hope you have a wonderful, wonderful weekend, this Labor Day weekend. I wish you the best in the remainder 4 months of this year. And remember this, life is truly short. Count to 10, smile, count your blessings, and just grab it by the horns and ask yourself, what's the worst that could happen? You'll be okay. So listen, you take care of yourself. We'll talk soon. This is Charlie Destries, another Biotech Moment. See ya.